Okay, we are live on Twitch. And likely also YouTube, I'm just double checking. Hi, Ender Titan MC on YouTube. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Twitch. We're just getting fully set up here. Hi, Ender Titan MC on YouTube. Go ahead and mute that so I'm not hearing myself talk to myself repeatedly. Yes, people will be arriving in just a moment. I haven't put the Steam event live.
Yeah, we just started.
We're usually a little bit more prompt, but we have been heavy in development today, so I'm a little behind the ball. Hi, Gamer Guy 1111. Okay. That's all fixed. We are live. Everyone is ready to go. I will put the event live now, and we will start our stream. Okay, event set. So let's get started. All right.
Hooray.
So we have been hard at work this weekend. We have a bunch of new stuff that we've been working on. We're going to start, though, by showing off our redesigned, or not redesigned, but rebuilt arena mode in Workshop World. So part of our ongoing efforts and stuff, we had to knock out a bunch of the older Workshop Worlds we had created, just because of our various updates had broken individual ones in one way or another. And it's something that we want to show off and work on more as we continue to expand the game. So John has been hard at work and rebuilt this arena for us, along with fixed a bunch of related networking and other issues that went along with it. So now I'm going to go ahead and launch this, and then I'll put up a multiplayer server. Go ahead and turn off the control keys. And now I can open the game to multiplayer. I'll make it invite only. Dev stream. Start.
So we made a bunch of changes that allowed this to be possible. Before, there were some issues with streaming large amounts of content. So a big building like this would not work over the network. That's been corrected. And also, the Lua scripting that we have for this experience is now it works with networking. So if you guys open this game in your game, you can actually cooperatively fight the creatures that spawn in.
So I'm just going to fly around real quick here before we get fully started, just to kind of show off this new massive structure. So this is entirely built with the in-game structure system. You can see this whole thing. We have a scripting room. If I go down in here, I can see here's a bunch of the devices to run the scripts to set up the items and spawn the creatures, and you could look at any of these and see all of the code that's involved in building something like this. And all of this you can open if you have the game. If you open Workshop World, you can open this and take a quick look at all of it, and you'll be able to see exactly how to make your own arena. So here, to respond to a bunch of the stuff going on in chat, so we have a mixture of people who've played the game before, haven't played the game before. If you haven't played the game before, this is a great time to get into it. We are officially on sale, I believe, John. Is that correct?
Yes,
yes, we are on sale right now.
We're 33% off or something.
Yes,
something close to that.
It brings it just under $10, which that's the important figure to keep in mind. So, if you haven't played Chicken yet, it's a great time to get it. If you have played Chicken, or if it's been a while since you played it, you really should check it out. We've been hard at work, and we've really changed a lot of stuff with the game in a very positive way. So, depending on how long it's been, there's going to be a lot of fun new things you're going to see in this stream today. But this Workshop World, this arena, is a great way to show off how you can create your own experiences and scenarios. You can even build it right on top of something like this in order to make your own fun stuff. Okay, there's the start room over there. So this replaces the previous arena, which several people have played, and it's newly improved and designed to work not just a single player before, but it's also now a fun multiplayer experience. Hello, Lord of Dragons has just joined on YouTube. So if I go ahead and hit this interact button, it should launch everything for us. So I tap it. Battle started. Build a creature. So now...
we should join parties real quick.
Oh, that would be smart. We could do it. Well, we could do it as separate, but it might get really nasty.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see our timer's already ticking down. We have less than 40 seconds left to build, so I'm going to go ahead and get this creature built quickly. So one nice thing playing it now compared to how it was before is the entire build system is a lot quicker to use working. So I already have 15 seconds left, and I'm all done building. I could do different things and whatever. It's great. As I then fall from a slightly too high height. Alright, get my club equipped.
4 seconds, here he comes. Alright, so now it spawns 2 creatures for us to fight.
And we got epic battle music.
A bit too loud at the moment, but
yes,
that's okay.
So the music is all being played with the Lua scripts, right, John?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, let me see if I can quickly turn down this audio. Nope.
It should, when it starts playing, it should adapt the volume. So next time, if you turn on your audio, oh, is it already low? Might be a bug. We'll find out soon, I guess.
Okay, so I got all those parts from that previous chicken, so now I can improve my creature here. Yeah, so if it's been a while since you've played, you immediately notice the entire building system is very different. We added a lot of... We switched to a completely different approach to the system. Basically, players were noting that while they could build really well with the last system, it wasn't very friendly. I have time to actually name my creature here, so I'm going to call him Monster Chicken. We had trouble where, you know, trying to build something sometimes felt slow and cumbersome. It was going to be very difficult for us to make this translate into controller support, which we do want to add in a much more bigger, fuller way. So it became really important to kind of revamp this and make it. Now it's an unlocked mouse cursor, and you control movement and placing in separate actions, so it becomes a big thing. Ah!
Oh, incoming.
Nope. The sound is still very loud.
Okay. That's something that we'll correct that.
And
there you go.
Haha, I stole all the blocks.
You got all the hordes? Oh, man.
There. I'll drop a couple. Let's see if I remember it.
It should be Z by default.
Well, let me drop in this mode.
Yeah, I might have.
There you go.
Yeah, nice. Horns are good. Some charge abilities.
So yeah, adding those horns gives our creatures a charge ability. That's why it's kind of my interest that I want John to have it as well. Oh! Oh, because, there we go. We had overlapping spheres. Uh-oh.
Oh, did that, break you?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Hold on, maybe I can... Oh, I can't get him out. Maybe if you cast on him.
The Z button, creature's already in build mode.
Oh, we just sending that out. You can always break them apart.
What happens if No, I'm not even in edit mode. Wait, what if I despawn him?
There you go. There's always a way to work around stuff.
We are early access, so some bugs like this are to be expected. I'm not gonna have time for this. Okay.
No, no. Incoming
Beefy cows. Ah, they're scared of us. Uh-oh. Come on, creature, help me.
Hard, so.
There he goes. That's right, I never... Whoa.
Oh, it ate me. So,
one down.
as long as you don't die, Greg, the game will continue.
Ah, and there we go. I stopped that. And then it dies right there.
Oh, you died, yeah. Well, we lost. We didn't get too far. We're not very good at our own game.
There we go. Okay.
Wait, let's take a look at the comments.
Yes.
That was intense, guys.
Yes, that was very, our creatures are still here for now. If we jump into the thing, did they get all wiped out?
No, they actually stick around, so it's a good way to, if you do have trouble, you can always just keep trying, and your creature will remain.
Interesting. So yeah, some of our comments here, we have, wow, my friend plays this game, I just subbed, awesome. Hold on, how does someone drop something? So I think I answered this while I was trying to play, but Z is the drop key right now. And if you're interested in any of the other controls you see something doing, if you go into the I did that very quickly. So Options menu after hitting escape. Controls, edit controls. This brings up an entire control mapping system, and you can see what stuff is mapped to as well as change it however you'd like. So if I scroll down to, here we are, drop current slot Z. So I could assign that to a different key if I wanted to. You can see all the other stuff that's bound to mouse. You can see we do have partial controller support right now. It works for everything except for the inventory. And it's something in the next...
And building too. Basically all user interface stuff.
Yes.
We're taking a look at that this week, so
yep.
Next patch will have that.
Another important thing is if you, for whatever reason, you feel that your controls aren't working or they don't get updated, you can always restore to default. Excuse me. And restoring defaults will always bring back whatever you're missing. Okay, so that was exciting. That was intense. The music was really loud.
Yeah, how about we can show off other stuff. So that continues on. Basically, as you progress, the creatures get more stronger and stronger, and you use those parts to just modify your own creature. But you don't have to play that mode. You can still use this arena for other stuff. How about we try the remote control?
Sure.
We directly control the creatures.
Sure.
That'd be fun. So actually, we're going to have to I'm going to leave the party.
Yep.
And now we can do some PvP sort of, but using our creatures instead of us. With so we have this new item came out. I believe just what was it? Last release.
I think so.
Within a couple weeks ago. It's called Mind Controller. So I'm gonna. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna stay behind one of these gates. Cast on my guy. Here we go.
So now you can see that we both have now mind controlled our creatures and we're in complete control of them. You can actually, it's really neat kind of seeing creatures in this different way. So now, like, you can see as I turn it, it's turning the creature's look direction, and I can walk in all these directions. I can sidestep. I can go backwards.
Jump and use special abilities.
Yeah, so if I do left click, it's just going to do a standard attack, which is going to be a jump forward and strike. If I right click, oops, sorry, John. I totally wasn't watching where I was going. So you can see he does a charge attack, which he'll run. He'll drop the horns down and run straight forward.
And depending if what other special attacks the creature may have, he'll use those.
Right.
So like the ink shot, the fire breathing, the water pose, all that.
And that's all on right click right now. But basically, this is, imagine, the first iteration of something that we're looking to expand as we grow the game, where we might give you more fine-tuned controls in terms of I would like to use this ability or I want to use that ability. Another interesting thing to notice, you see the mind control hat that it's floating behind. That's actually John's current link to his creature. So if I was able to, the creature would be really hard, but as a player, you can actually attack that and sever the link.
Okay, ready to do this?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go. Oh man, it's so different to play this way. Where do you? Here we go. Hitting the wall.
Get him against the ropes.
Oh, I'm not doing so good. Dodge, strife. Man, I feel like this is like bull.
Hey!
Got me.
So,
yep, I lost.
additional comments. Better Spore, yes. We definitely get a lot of comparisons to Spore because we have this full featured character creator, and the whole one of the big as John had.
Got a torch, look out.
Oh no, not a torch. Now I'm on fire.
Can't get me.
Oh, the ask was, so there's a couple other things I was trying to respond to while also trying not to die, but oh well, that happens. There is a HP food bar. If you look in the bottom left, while I was controlling my creature, that was his HP food bar. So
yep.
we do have that. Basically, that's when you're in control of your creature. You can see that directly. When you are... Here, I'll respawn my creature. Otherwise, if you're in any other mode where you're not directly controlling a creature, the top left of the screen, up here, you can see in the bonded menu, you see the same meters. Mm-hmm. So if I just jump into this, see, I can immediately see, yes, the bottom left corner there is now the health of the creature, not my own personal health, because that was full. Oh, that was interesting. Okay. Huh. We need to make sure we disable some interface when you open the interface and you're controlling a creature.
Oh, okay. So now I'm doing this. I'm controlling my creature the same way I was before, but I'm riding in the saddle.
Yes, that's a good one to show.
Another way to have creature combat control.
So you can see I'm able to place my saddle in regular mode, and my creature actually kneels to try to make it a little bit easier for me. And now, there we go. I want to ride. And now I'm riding as well. Okay, so the question was, would it be possible to have still your player stats while you're controlling the creature?
What happens? I mean, we totally could. But what happens currently if you are under attack? It bumps you out of the remote control.
Yep.
So you can react. Just you don't want to sit there and get eaten by a creature or something.
Yep. The idea is supposed to be that when you're controlling the creature, you are supposed to lose some awareness of what you exactly are doing. So there's two different riding modes now. So let me hop on, because that'll get me the... So I can see I can toggle into direct control, or I can stay in this mode. So in regular riding mode, it now becomes I'm basically giving the creature commands when I press keys. So I can, if I press forward once, it's okay, start going forward, and it'll go at a steady pace. I hit it again, he'll go faster. Tap again to go faster. And so on. And you can see he's turning.
The creature will actually navigate on its own, so it'll like avoid trees, won't run into a wall. So you can actually do other stuff while the creature's navigating. That could be such as like using your items.
Right. So if I wanted to, I could switch. I'm not trying to hit you, John. I'm just. I can do a ride by where I could try to hit anything as I'm on my riding chicken here. So yes, the rotation bug. So what Lord of Dragons talking about, when I first went to add the saddle, it was actually backwards, which has to do with some legacy ways and how ears were initially set up. So it is something that as I'm going to be doing stuff, we'll tinker with. So these are the basic form of ridings, and then the direct controlling mode now becomes just like I was doing when I was mind controlling it, like John said. And you can see it gives you all the key buttons is there as well, so I can do my charge, backup, and all that fun stuff. And then I hit R again. I stop directly controlling the creature. He goes back to riding mode.
Let me see if I can flake you.
Hey.
Oh, get back here. I fell off. That guy is not really constructed well for riding. He hasn't. I was sitting on his neck.
Yeah, that definitely makes things a little awkward.
He'll make a new creature.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm gonna die. There he goes.
Oh, AI kicked your butt.
Just barely. One strike away. So Charles Jr. Pike writes, perhaps make commands the basic form of writing direct control upon crafting, say, range. This is something that we're definitely considering. We're still at a point where we're working on improving and changing our pipeline in terms of how we bring content into the game, so it hasn't been a focus about bringing new stuff in just yet, but that is definitely something we've considered. We have to see how, oh dear.
It didn't last long.
How everything ends up being affected on the adventure mode balance side of things by changing writing like this. But for right now, it's pretty fun. It's not a huge benefit to be able to control the creature directly versus generally guiding right now. So it's not necessarily until that's a more fully formed system, it's not a huge enough advantage to make it okay, let's make a new item, which requires new art and other new...
Yeah, we want to make the game fun. It's fun controlling directly.
Yep.
So...
Okay. So now the recommendation is that we should joust. So should we...
we could do that. Let's see. Should we respawn the same guys or make new ones?
Oh, let's make new ones. Here, do you want to make a dog-based creature and I'll make a cat-based creature and we'll joust?
Yeah, we can do that. Get rid of this thing.
As the parts rain down.
Carnage. Alright, dog parts.
Okay, got some cat parts.
So what level orb limit?
Let's see, what's the command to change the orb limit?
Oh, it should be build size. I don't know if it's going to change me in Meridian.
Oh, okay. Let's do like under 1,000.
Okay. I'm not going to make a very big creature, I don't think. For a basic dog with horns set up.
I'm inside the wall. Oh, there's a way out. Nope, no,
yeah.
There's not a way out. Okay.
You're in
there we go.
in the basement of the
yes.
arena.
I was trying to give myself some space from your orb so we didn't have the collision bug there.
Yeah. Good call. Alright, my guy's at 460.
Okay, I'll stay under 500. Okay, so let's see. We have a few questions here I'll try to respond to as I finish building. So Ender Titan MC writes, I feel like getting the brick thingy should be easier, like just lower the amount of strength needed to break it. The brick thingies.
What, like the structures?
I'm not sure. If you can elaborate, Ender Titan. Then secondly, Charles Jr. Pike writes, it always bothered me that most of the animals are vertebrates, mostly mammals. Any chance that we one day might see fish, amphibians, and vertebrates? Absolutely. We do actually have a fair number of non-mammal creatures and weird creatures. We do have beetles, we have carnivorous plants, we have crabs, we have mech dinosaur parts, we have a dragon. I'm not sure what the actual classification of a dragon is. I'm fairly certain they're not mammals, though.
Yeah.
We do have, then we have octopus, we have snakes, reptiles, spiders, enchanted tree blocks. We do have art and stuff for a few other different creature types that we just have not put in yet.
We do have a fish in the art. It's just we're in the middle of kind of doing a whole big art push that's going to affect the world mostly, and then we're going to go into the actual creatures themselves, kind of revamp all of them. So I think once that is released, you guys will start seeing some new creature types.
Okay. So I'm at 485. That should be good. Yes, we were going to do a joust, or at least that's the point. Let's say we'll do regular clubs.
Oh, I was going to joust with the horns.
Oh, you get? What do you mean you got horns? Dogs don't have horns.
I was going to have my creature kind of joust.
Okay, so we'll do a charge joust. Okay, so I got to add horns. I'm having some leg troubles. There we go. Okay, so I gotta pick a horn. There we go. Elephant tusk, perfect. I'm a little high now, so if I... Loses his ears. There we go, just under 500. Perfect. Now he looks a little special.
Alright. My guy. Got a club just in case Greg pulls out a club.
Oh, when would I ever need to, you know... What could I possibly do where I would be grabbing, you know, other weapons and stuff?
Oh, you got armor? Yeah, knew it. Alright, fine.
Alright, directly controlling.
Ah! Where'd he go? Hey, you get over here. Hey, oh, I'm dead already.
I don't know, I took a fair bit of damage. Nope, not enough though.
Hey, I gotta bring him back. I wasn't even controlling him. Alright, here we go. Give you a bandage.
Okay, so additional thing, more beaks would be cool. Is this a joust? Yes, this is a joust. It was an unfair joust.
Alright, now I'm good. I'm actually riding now.
Feed. I'm not anywhere near max or full health. Are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, give me just a moment then. I'll answer some more of the questions.
I used the bandage heal my guy.
Oh, so Ender was talking about the ruins breaking apart the ruin blocks for stone.
Oh, you just need probably a more powerful creature.
Yeah, I mean that's the short-term solution is definitely just you need it has whatever the strength is. We are going to be doing balancing passes in the whole adventure mode experience, and that will include making adjustments and making things feel more right along those lines. I'm down for some Rhea parts, which I'd have to look up what type of creature that is before I would remember. Snail could be cool with blocks that leave poisonous trails, certainly. It might be a little tricky in terms of figuring out how that works into the whole snake type system. More shooters that are not mouth. This is definitely something. We did this entire animation change so that we can treat things as other than mouths. I just can't wait to join some server where there'll be big battles with beloved creatures. Yes, Lord of Dragons. We can't wait either. Right now we have up to 4 players in the multiplayer just because it gets to be a bit crazy past that, and otherwise you need to end up spreading out, and the Performance goes down. Oops, I right-clicked. Okay, I guess we're starting.
It's on. Oh, dog.
Yes!
Oh, man.
Oh, with the strike to finish it.
Oh, it was so close.
Yes, you pretty much had me. Well, that's it. Now I'm supposed to dismount, and it becomes axes, right? Oops.
Oh, an axe. Oh, man. Do we have we don't have damage on. Always with the
Wait, why am I throwing axes at you? I don't want you to get an axe.
I didn't get it.
So yes, it's definitely something we want to have is more large creature type experiences. It's one of the reasons we've been making all of these performance enhancements and networking fixes, because we do think that being able to play in a large group with creatures is just tons of fun.
Get out of here.
We jousted. So Kira asked, "What happened to the creatures?" We jousted, and then after I went to dismount mine, and John finished it off. So the creatures went down.
Close advantage drill. Oh,
yes!
man.
Okay, so take a break from the combat to answer questions. Hi, Sergeant Smanky01 on Twitch. And okay, so we had a couple questions about building with the ruins. So before, the whole building system was on an individual grid base, and we had to have this whole fracturing system where, like, oh, I'm going to place this wall block, but it's going to overlap with another block, so that causes issues. Changes to that system has made building with the current. He's respawned, so I better respawn. With the current what's the best way to describe it? The current building system is a little bit more tricky. It may not line up correctly anymore. But that's something that we'll probably end up having to fix on our side in terms of making the ruins follow the map logic. Okay, so let me scroll up here because it went even quicker. Okay, so yeah, with the ruins, yeah, building with it currently much more tricky. It is something we want to bring back. We'll have to, like I said, though, making updates to the map, which is something we always have to avoid as much as possible because it could hurt or ruin saved games. So we're trying to put all of our map changes together in a single update, so when we do go to update the map, you end up with just, okay, the world is changing, it is a brand new world, so it'll be a whole new experience, so your old save games will either go away or we'll set up a system for loading it in the old map, something along those lines. We'll see when we get there. I'm, of course, now alt-tabbed, and John's taking advantage of this so I can answer questions. ACP Gaming / Aiden #1 says, I don't play the game. Is it good? As a developer, absolutely. This game is great. But seriously, it is a ton of fun. As you can see, as I'm getting licked or eaten by John's ram dog. I'll just fly up in the air there.
Oh, one weakness. oh crap.
Yeah, so Charles Jr. Pike and Joe Schwab's game. Imagine Spore, Minecraft, Ark, and a little bit of LSD for good measure. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. we wanted to capture kind of the creativity of Spore and Minecraft. Because Spore had this fantastic character editor, but we felt like the creatures in the end all felt really similar, and it was difficult to create really different feeling and acting creatures in that game. And then with Minecraft, we were really blown away by how creative everyone can be when you have a very simplified building system. So we kind of tried to put those two bits together to kind of form the heart of our character creator. And then using that character creator, we saw other survival games and open sandbox creative games and how great these kind of creatures would be to play in a world built around that. Can you find those boom berries in the wild? These are, I believe, exploding fruit is the technical term for these.
And craft them.
Yes, yeah. They are craftable, I believe, with the alchemy table.
Yeah, I think it's a dragon mouth and a fruit.
So yes, you can see 15 apples and 1 dragon head to create a stack of 15 exploding fruit.
So, which is, if so, I mean that's pretty tough. But what you could do is, what you should do is defeat a dragon, get that block, and then what you would do is use these. If you look inside here, we have these hay blocks. I don't know what to call them, hatcheries.
Yes.
So you could farm all the dragon blocks of your heart's desires, and basically have an endless supply of bombs that way. Yep.
So it's a very important venture mode type tips. Is your hatchery becomes a multiplier for your creatures.
I'm gonna actually let this guy lay an egg.
Yep.
And as you feed them, it actually will speed up this process.
Right. So by default, I can't see it on my end because we're not in the same party, but his creature basically had a meter that replaced his tamed or health meter. And by feeding him, it caused the egg to pop up that much quicker. Now, I could go over here and crack open the egg, and there's a 5% chance it'll be fully formed, but otherwise I'll just get blocks from it. Or you could wait and let it hatch, and then you'll have a fully formed clone of the original creature. Sergeant Spanky on Twitch says, I would say keep going with your current timetable. Don't rush anything too much. I just want the game to be most stable and fun game possible. As far as bugs go, I think you seem to be aware of the vast majority of them, so keep doing your thing. Yo thang. Let me pronounce this correctly. And absolutely, thank you so much. Yes, we are... It may not be totally rushed, but yeah, we are working very hard to get this game out and get all these features in and get any bug fixes all as quickly as possible. But it's very important to us. We are gamers at heart as well as developers, and we want it to be a stable, fun, well-performing game for everyone to play. So thank you. Kira asks, what's your favorite creature in the workshop? So we have this entire, the level we're playing right now is part of the Workshop Worlds feature, which is a way you can take a saved game and put it out for anyone else to play, either as a scenario or you can use the scriptable blocks to create your own mini games or experience. The other workshop is our creature workshop, which you can access in creative mode by hitting the U key, or if you go to the Steam icon in the interface here. So in that you can sort by popular, you can look at new creatures, you can look at the community nominated ones, which are ones that we personally go through and select to add to a list so that we can always say, hey, check out these really neat things that players have built. You can see any of the ones that you've built or saved, become subscribed. I'm getting eaten. Let me fly up in the air.
This one's from the workshop, actually.
Yeah, so oh wow.
Just found it.
So this is a awesome crab with spider arms. Oh, that's awesome.
And with this new patch, we actually just slightly updated the workshop so that if you guys have a creature you submitted, you can now update it.
Right. So any of the time, so to save any of your creatures in the workshop, so like for example, my cat creature, which I still haven't even named, if I really liked him, I'll say, okay, let me save him to the workshop. Oops. It's okay, buddy. Hey, it's okay. Thank you. My poor sad, double-eyed, double-mouthed cat. Oh, so I have a cat sitting out here somewhere. Anyway, so I can save now to the workshop and give it a name here, which is Unicat. It's like a unicorn. Sorry, I'm already in the save thing, so it should be okay. And by default, it will populate the entire description here. I can choose which. It's not gonna. Let's save. It lets me save.
I don't know if it will. It's trying to save something that no longer exists.
Yeah.
Whoops. Yeah, my dog didn't like the cat.
Yeah, it's from all the fighting we did earlier. Luckily, he's a bonded creature, so this is a feature we added because of player feedback, where we saw that everyone really... It was really rough to lose your first creature that you're building or any of these important characters you create. So those sorts of... Now I can look... Do I like the portrait? Or I like the side shot so you can see more of the creatures. So all the stats are then automatically populated in the description. You could add additional text if you wanted to. Defeated John's dog in jousting. No. Safe.
Rub it in.
So now if I go into workshop, anyone who's followed me, or if you even go to all and sort by new, you can see, after it updates. So it'll take a couple minutes. Unfortunately, we're at the whim of Steam on this, but when it updates the workshop next, then that creature will be added onto the new stack, so you'll be able to see, ah, yes, there's a new creature that just came in, let me check that out. I can also just directly go into my saved creatures, and it should show up in here. I might be erroring out because of the issue we had where it killed, because I'm not seeing it right now. Or I could just be in a Steam thing.
Yeah, we don't know when it will update.
We'll have to take a look at that. Anyways, so what's your favorite creature? So I mean, it's tough to pick just one, but oh wow. I'm looking some of the ones and just the community nominated one. At any given time, I feel like it changes what my favorite type of creature is. My most commonly brought into games and played with creature will be I need to update it now that we have a new system, but a launch pad I created. So the launch pad here, let me quickly bond with this because it's going to get gnarly otherwise. That's an enrage potion, I don't want that.
Oh, I'm fine.
Wrong button. Oh, it's tamed. Awesome.
Oh yeah, that's another feature we've changed. So if you've created the creature and you bring it in to your another game that you guys might be playing, as long as you create it, it will be bonded with you, or I mean tamed at least.
Yes. So because this was my creature and I brought it in, he's a little buggy right now. He needs to be rebuilt and refactored because he was built in a much earlier version of the game. But basically, the design was to create a creature that stays really low to the ground and then has all these elephant mouths to launch things up in the air, whether it be other players or other creatures. You can see only one mouth now fires. At one point, we had all of them fire, which created a massive launch pad. So that's the favorite creature I've probably created, but I obviously need to update and retinker with him. In terms of stuff that other people have made, like I said, it's hard to pick. I could open any of these tabs and check them out and be like, oh my gosh, that's so ridiculous.
The nominated tab is basically stuff that we've seen and like, oh, that's really cool, and we just tagged it.
So I'm going to bring in, I really love caterpillars now, so...
Oh, bring in Pavo. I think we've had before, but it's a cool one.
Here we go. So, I've been... One of the main things that I've been working on in the game has been the creature animation system, and a large part of that was making creatures like this work. So you can see as this massive elephant cow creature slowly walks by, each and every one of these legs does a really good job now of staying, okay, how am I going to connect with the world here? And the whole thing bends and twists. And that's when I wrote this system, I had no idea what people would create with it. Oh, he's mad.
Angry creature.
It's that turtle mouth. As I also destroy parts of the arena. Yes, we're still tinkering with the flexibility values. Right now it's pretty good in terms of some of the parts of it, in terms of how it moves up and down. At one point, we had a lot more bend when the creature twists, but that started to cause some serious problems and motion sickness whenever you were riding a creature.
Oh, the motion sickness thing was solved actually.
Part of the camera stuff too as well.
The bend, that was, yeah, the bend, yeah, I know what you're talking about now, sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did solve, at one point, the camera was directly mounted on that block, so whichever way it went, it would move. So that was really bad.
Yeah.
Now it's nice and smooth now. You can ride without that issue.
Yep. If I look in my subscribed ones, there's another, here we go, the caterpillar, cat caterpillar here.
I'm going to bring in Pavo, so I like him. Another caterpillar-like one.
Yes. So, Charles Jr. Pike, you know these tests, but have you ever considered a physics-based procedural animation? Actually, the original... So I don't want to get too mathy in the stream, but so the original system was a fully physical-based system, and we actually ran into the issue that we couldn't support more than 4 or 5 creatures animating at once before I just brought the beefiest computer to its knees. So the current system is actually a custom-built deterministic physics engine where I've essentially split the problem down into smaller bits and have a way of solving for an arbitrary direction for a given target. The actual root of chain of the creature uses another system in order to make sure all the legs reach as best as possible, and then otherwise the rest of the creature uses this deterministic system so it can run an arbitrary time. So that's as much technical details I want to get into, but yes, this is something we put actually a lot of work and time into because we wanted to get to the point where we can say, okay, let's support 20, 30, 40 creatures all animating at once in close range at high quality, because we want this game to be about these herds of creatures interacting.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something that as we build and work on, it's still going to evolve as we build and work on the game. So Lord of Dragon, so when you start writing creatures, the camera should auto change into third person, don't you think? Yeah, sometimes I think that.
It's up to you. We want you to have that.
Yes, especially for something working within an early access game. Our general rule is to never make something an automatic, it does it for you, when it can be a player choice. Because we see people who play solely in first person, we see people who play solely in third person. We want both those experiences to work, and we want it to be the player who's figuring out, okay, which one do I want to do? So yeah, this is a really cool creature. The wild Pavo, showing off a massive amount of crab legs all lined up beautifully.
Yeah, synchronized crab legs.
Yes. There's a small bug with the casting system that causes it not... It can map perfectly, but it's right now I'm considering it a visual bug, so it's a lower priority than some of the other issues that we're working on fixing to make this really a smooth and high-performing type thing. And then we have a wild bottler, which is really cool. It's just a multi-riding dragon. That's
It's trying to eat me.
Okay, now you're both tamed. Bond with you. Despawn. Okay.
Oh, it looks like my puppy spawned. Oh no, the dragon's after him. Where'd he go? He ran away.
Okay, so I've now bonded with this guy because I wanted to show off. I'm a little trapped here. There we go, now I'm riding. If I invite John to my party. So I'm riding right now on this one back here. This one's on backwards. So I'm in the gunner position.
They're all backwards, actually.
So whichever one of us is on the creature first is now kind of the rider, that is completely in control. And now I'm sitting here, so John's completely controlling it. Now I can be free to throw, bombs and otherwise attack.
Try to get out of here. Break down this gate.
I just accidentally bombed our creature. Ah, I'm hitting the wings. This creature was not well designed for this.
We'll turn this way.
So Ender Titan MC was asking, anyone here want to do a Discord multiplayer server sometime? Yes, please do. We try to throw up our own servers from time to time. We don't support dedicated servers yet, though, and since we're heavily in development, oftentimes we're using all of our machines that we can to do our own individual testing. If you glance behind me, you can see way too many computers behind me, and it gets to be kind of tricky to try to keep a fun multiplayer server going while also doing development. So if you're all interested in running a server, please do. It really can do a lot of fun stuff, whether it be just messing around like we're doing in this arena. You can make your own game. You can play co-op adventure mode. You can play this arena mode as a free-for-all where everyone is not in a party together. There's a lot of really great, just awesome different options in multiplayer that you can be doing right now.
Breaking out here.
Yeah. John's very slowly making it out. You could just open those.
Why would I do that? There you go.
And we're out, and we're now in the desert. Well, now I'm going to try to trigger a bug here. I have no idea what's going to happen, but I'm going to despawn the creature while you're on it.
Oh, no. I took a look at that.
It worked perfectly. Fantastic.
Yep.
So again, anyone who's just joining us now or is just kind of catching up on what we've been doing in the stream, this is CHKN. We're showing off our arena, which is accessible in the workshop world from the main menu. It works for multiplayer. You can do it as a single player event. It works in both. It shows off kind of our improvements to our. It's an updated version of an arena we had before, but it also designed to work great in the multiplayer. Quick question to answer, Charles. Has there been any major changes to the map in recent months? It depends how many months you mean. The map has only had really minor changes, I think, from when we've moved to this much larger world. So if you've seen this particular desert before, the map should be roughly the same. But the way that the creatures interact and move and you playing with the creatures has been just completely overhauled and changed in so many ways, from the animation engine to the AI to the creature abilities, everything. So there's just tons and tons of big improvements have been made to the whole system. So again, if it's been a couple months, check it out. Try adventure mode from scratch. It is a ton of fun right now. We've added there's a lot of player improvements to make you a little bit stronger in the early game, so you can dodge by tapping shift. Which makes dealing with a lot of these original, starting creatures a lot easier. So the herd of palm sheep are not nearly as terrifying as they once might have been, and you can actually deal with them and move forward in the game. So you can make it further in the game before you start to run into some serious challenges. Additionally, we are on sale right now. If you haven't played yet, it's a great time to get it. If you're thinking about, I want to try co-op with a friend, please go get the game right now. Have your friends get it. It is a ton of fun to do co-op, whether it be in creative mode like we're doing right now, where we can try to defeat the arena together, or we do adventure mode and play just trying to beat the content that's in the game. We have a question about, ever thought of using procedural generated maps? Yes, it's on a roadmap. We've analyzed a lot of the systems that we're planning on using for it, and we've been heavily working on our generation approach as well as our texturing for the whole new world that we want to build. But that's going to become all of a massive thing put together. The map actually, as you see today, is partially procedurally generated, but it was generated, tweaked, and then built out as the map. So we haven't necessarily done something where, we're creating the map in a very specific way. It's been general stuff populated by procedural generation and then saved out as this is, the current map. So it's about making that generation model efficient enough so that we can continue to stream in new content, which we believe we are able to do, but that becomes a really big change because it means, hey, all your saved games are gone, goodbye. And
so
we want to make sure, yes, so someday we will have to nuke the saves in some way. We're going to try to make it as painless as possible and possibly do things where, you can keep your items and your bonded creatures, which can come into you with you in the new world, or other things like that. So that's really it's about timing that correctly and then adding the other features so that, hey, if we're going to nuke your saves, your main saves, you'll be able to bring over at least some things, and at the same time you will the new world will be a whole new experience, so you'll want to be able to enjoy it from scratch.
You're going to want to start over, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, we have the ever popular beach balls. They're all waiting for their commands since they're all bonded. So if I need to go in here and unbond with them, and they'll go chase all of the beach balls. Ah, I'm getting crushed by the creature. I'm stuck. There we go. Okay.
Boy, it's dangerous.
Okay, so I think that's gonna do it for us today. We could keep playing all day, but we have to get back to work, unfortunately. So please, again, let me post some links. A quick message. I want to make sure I add something to the stream here real quick. So we will be streaming again this coming Friday. We'll define a time and we'll put out a post so that everyone knows when we're going to be streaming to show off all the new stuff that we're going to be working on this week. So if you enjoyed the stream, come check it out next time. If you're watching this on YouTube or the recorded version, come check us out this Friday. And we'll show off a lot more content, a lot more fun. A bunch of the bugs that you saw today will be fixed, absolutely. And it'll be a lot of fun. So thank you so much for joining us today. Let me post a quick couple key links here. So if you have any issues with the game and you need help, you can either email us, or I'm going to post our Steam forum, which is where you can respond to any and every question that we get. And then I'll post a direct link to our store page, where if you don't have chicken or you want to get your friend to play chicken, this is the link to send them.
And a big thank you to everyone that has used the forums to help us make this game better.
Yes, we are a very small team, and having you guys come in and play and let us know, hey, I'm running into this issue or that issue, it's absolutely fantastic for us because it means we can focus on making the game better and fixing the bugs that are affecting the players instead of spending our time having to do long QA cycles before you get to see all the fun new content. So thanks so much for joining us. Check us out next Friday, and we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye, guys.